Hello everybody. How you doing? We're back. We're here for the final hour of trading today for the today's date, May the 11th, Wednesday. We have got a really crazy market today. As I had predicted, it would be up and down and up and down. And sure enough, the Dow right now is down 170 points. A few minutes ago, we were positive. And a few hours ago, we were very positive. We have had a range now from a low of 31,843 to 32,584. So that's 160 plus 580, 750 point range today on the Dow Jones. Again, we had 900 plus, almost 1,000 yesterday, 750 points so far today between high and low. And right now we're down 177.64 on the Dow Jones. It's just insanity. We're off 41 points on the S&P 500, and we're off 299 on NASDAQ, which is a 2.5% drop. And so this is dragging the Dow with it. The NASDAQ has dropped too much to ignore from the Dow investors' point of view. And so down we go right now on the indexes. Oil is holding a 555 gain. Phenomenal. There's been a buildup in reserves in the U.S., and yet oil is up. Speculators guessing that Americans are just going to get in their cars and drive all over the USA. I don't know how prognosticators can say that when interest rates are rising, inflation is rising, everything else is going up in cost, and Americans are actually starting to think twice about their discretionary income. I don't know if this truly is going to happen. It's going to be busier this year than last year, obviously. I would imagine that a lot of Americans who are going to do short trips, a few hours from home perhaps, but big time driving, I don't know if that's the case. We'll find out, but speculators are bidding up the price of oil to 105 in Texas. Go figure. If you think that's true, knock yourself out. I don't know. And in the meantime, obviously in Ukraine, the Ukrainians have now cut off one of the gas pipelines going through the country. I'm surprised it's taken this long. I can't believe the Ukrainians didn't shut off all gas through the Ukrainian area instantly. But then again, they probably were using a lot of the gas themselves. Who knows what? I don't understand. Tons of crazy stuff going on. On stocks that we follow here closely, with the Dow down 189, I have Matterport right now up 29 cents at 455. Now, since I have left you guys and took my little break, we were as high as 481 this morning. We got down to, we were at 416 at the opening. That's the low of the day. But during midday, we were back to 444 a share. We were just barely up a dime or so, but we're up 27 now on 10,100,000 Matterport. So there is a buy interest coming into this stock, no question about it. And people have been loading it up. Whoever wants out has been able. It's been easy to get out of Matterport today. If you need to sell for whatever reason, I don't know why you'd want to sell this stock. The company posted better results and forecasting a larger, more profitable or growing company later this year. The numbers are going to be even better. They're probably going to turn a profit in the next year or so, and then away we go. They're growing quickly and becoming scalable. Gamestop, this is the stock that just has me shaking my head today. This morning we were open around 93.47, got up to 95.27 in the first half hour, and I figured if the market was going to have an up day, this stock would have an up day, and it hung around the break-even point until about 10:43 this morning, and then it started dropping. And it backed off to 83.37 a little while ago. It's now at 85.82, still down here, down 798, 3 million volume, and it's not having a rally at all, not at this point. With the Dow off now 191 and the NASDAQ off 305 points, I get it. I mean, the markets are not going to help GameStop. There's no way GameStop's going to have an up day with the Dow down 200 points and the NASDAQ down 300 points. But this stock is quickly becoming quite oversold here. And the question now is, what is the bottom going to be here? We were at, remember, 78 when we took off to 208, 2 months ago? And here we have come right back into double digits. It's been quite the ride on GameStop. We also have, obviously, on Gamestop coming up in about, what is that now? In about, this is May 11th. So within the month, the annual meeting, the vote for the split, all this. Now, question is, at $85 a share, what's the split going to be? Are they going to do a 7-for-1 split? That would put the stock at $12. Are you going to do a 5-for-1 split? $17 a share? Is that going to be the new price? This is the future. The way the stock is holding around here now. If it goes to 100, obviously a 5-to-1 split would mean $20 a share. A 7-to-1 would be about $15, $16 a share. So stay tuned. We'll see just what's going on. It's really interesting. Now, SoFi, 540 is the current price on SoFi, up 16 cents. It went red while I was off the air. It had been as high this morning as 561, and then around what would that be? About 155, 159. We got down to 514, and the stock was actually in the red. And then it did a sudden dramatic churn up again and took off. It's now 543. It got up to 552 just 20 minutes ago. So 64.2 million traded today on SoFi. I don't know if we'll hit 100 million today. I don't foresee that, but I could see 80 million on the day coming through. So lots of volume. Noto did appear on CNBC when I had left you, the guys. We were waiting for him to show up, and I have to say, the kind of questions they asked him from the two hosts, we're talking amateur hour with these two hosts. They do not know or understand, I think, bank financing. They were asking more theoretical questions about this guy. But do you think you can still attract people to lend money to? Like, just stupid generation whatever questions. I mean, we're talking about people that are not in the business, that have never been brokers and have never been in financial advice. From what I can tell, these are just, pretty faces being told what to say by their producers, not a clue what they're doing. Yeah, they're experienced on CNBC as CNBC personalities, but that's it. And I think the gentleman who was asking questions is more high tech, like Silicon Valley familiar, but they should have been talking to David Faber. They should be talking to Kramer. He shouldn't be talking to these two. These are low on the totem pole from experience, and it's really an insult to SoFi that he be interviewed by these people. This guy just ran circles around them, and Mr. Noto managed to tell the world in his allotted time space how SoFi is really doing and how diversified SoFi really is. And it was great. From that angle, it was very good. But it was disappointing that the folks on the CNBC side, they just didn't want to really talk to him. They didn't ask him about the fundamentals of the company. They were asking him more about, I don't know, feelings, questions. I don't get it. I do get it. Actually, I do get it. The viewers of CNBC, by the time these folks are on in the day, this is midday, the hardcore traders and the hardcore industry people, we watched, when I was in the Cayman Islands, for example, we had CNBC on our TVs in our offices, and we watched it closely in the hour before the opening and the first hour in the opening. And after that, we shut the volume off because now it was fluff piece time, and it was regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again. And then they have the second stringers and the third stringers in. And that's what happened with Noto. They brought him in when they had the third stringers on as hosts, and they don't know what they're doing. And this is, budget cuts at CNBC to keep the costs down. Make money on that channel no matter what. The ads are the same ads again and again and again. The ads that CNBC has had over the years, to me, have been so conflicting. They are so contrary to what they supposedly are all about, giving us investor news. Just really garbage ads for piddly ass products. Again, I'm just, I like them, but I don't like them. And this was unfortunate. But he got the job done. Mr. Noto, kudos to him on doing what he had to do to get the word out. But he should have been talking to Jim Cramer, and he should have been talking to David Faber, first thing this morning, he should have been on the air for 5 minutes, even 10 minutes. They could have had a really interesting chat about the business, about the industry of fintech and the whole thing about banking, but they didn't do that. Maybe he wasn't available, or maybe they decided to slot him in as an afterthought, and or maybe there's a potential bias against the stock because it's not a Wall Street darling stock that every brokerage firm in New York is talking about. They want to talk about, their favorites, the clients that make them the most millions. SoFi doesn't make Wall Street huge millions of dollars because they're well funded. They're growing their business on their own, and they don't need Wall Street for a quick 500 million handout loan to get by. They're doing well. But have I digressed? You were wondering what happened to my rant this morning, weren't you? Weren't you? You were going, he didn't rant this morning. He's ranting now. Maybe that's what it is. Finally, he got the rant out. I don't know. 545 is the price of the stock right now, up 20 cents on 64.2 million shares. That's where we're at right now. Okay, let's move on to some of our other favorites. I got Texas Instruments at 165.42, down 282. Nick, you are getting closer. He says, Bruce, I need to go below 164. Someone is making sure it doesn't go below 165. He is convinced there is conspiracy theory out there holding it up. All I'm thinking is, Nick, if you were to short this at 170 and buy it at 166 and short it at 170 and buy it back 160, you'd be rich by now. I just don't understand it. Anyway, it's 165.47. It is towards its low of the day at 165.01. And I think it's going under 165. We'll see what happens on 3.4 million. Nothing is holding it up with incredible volume here. So down it's going to go, depending on the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 299.99. I call that 300 points on the negative. 121 negative on Dow and 37 points negative on S&P. So if these markets are going to stay down here, Texas Instruments ain't going nowhere, buddy. It's not going anywhere. But yeah, you can, short it at 170, 71 and buy it here at 165, 66 all day long and just take $5 bills off the table. I don't know. I'm just trying. Yeah, they were terrible. I kept trying to interrupt them. Just no clue. The judge should have interviewed them. They should have been on the halftime report. There you go. If he'd have been on the halftime report, that's right. They could have had, they could talk to him. Josh Brown could have asked him a few questions. He'd have no trouble with that gang. They'd welcome him, but no, they put him on. The CNBC people, whoever these guys are running the show, they put him on with the junior crew. Ridiculous. I don't know. Kareem, can't you cover 165? I think he loses $1 at 165 on the Texas. 165.37 now. It'll go down. It'll go down. It's going to be. Rants always find a way, says Coyote. That's right. Rants always find a way. I cannot. I'm out of moolah. Nick is in, baby. He's in on all kinds of stuff, and that's what's going on, I suppose. All right, nonetheless, let's see what's going on here. ATIP 132 down 8 cents. That bottomed out today at 125 and stayed down there for a while. And that is, by the way, the low of all time. And now 132, 933,000 volumes. So we've got a little improvement right now. The Rocket Lab at 522. We did manage to go green for the first time in a week, because I think the stock's been red for over a week now. We were up to 564 between 10 and 10:30. We're unfortunately back to 522. The low of the day, 521. That's the low of all time. We are right here at all-time record lows on Rocket Lab, a company that cannot get, they can't catch up on all the orders they have. They got hundreds of millions of dollars of orders to launch satellites. They're launching them as quick as they can. They're producing rockets like crazy. They're expanding their business. They're cash rich. They have no debt. Stock's at its all-time low. It matters not right now in the market. It's unbelievable. Twitter down 74 cents. Carvana down 560. AMC down 177 to 10.07. When's the last time you saw AMC under $10 a share? It might happen at any moment now. Unbelievable. The last year, I don't know if it was under 10 last year at this time. Was it 10.32 a year ago? 2 years ago. Yeah, okay, I see it now. It was under 10 at on April 22nd, 2021. Just a little over a year ago was the last time this stock was under $10 a share. Isn't that amazing? December 31st of last year, 2020, this stock was 212, 205 back in January 2021. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Wow. High of the last year's high, 72.62. It's at $10 right now. They are way up into debt. Their interest rates are going up. I wonder if they're going to be able to survive as a going concern. They really have got to find ways to convert debt into stock and reduce their interest costs and their banking fees. All the tickets are selling, and they're selling a lot of tickets. People love going to the movies. All that money goes to wages, rents, and banks. Wages, rents, and banks. And whatever they're making at the popcorn stand goes to the bank, goes to the bank, goes to the bank. Not great. Okay, Cyxtera up 8 cents. 23andMe down 18. Spire down 15. Hycroft Mining on 115. That's coming back to where this was not too long ago. Oh boy. Smart Rent down 29. Pfizer down 8. Hewlett Packard 3606 down 149. There's the bargain of the day right there. That is a dead butt giveaway. 648 times earnings, is trading under 6.5 times earnings, and they make money. Unbelievable that the stock is this cheap. What can I say? 2611 though is the 52-week low. Believe it or not, it's been $10 lower than it. So down here, it's a bargain. Buffett bought into this between 38 and 40, I think, and it went up to 41, 42 after he did buy it. But here it is, 3608. Writing those contracts, 38s, 39s, easy money every time. Robinhood, $8.28 a share, down $1. Vanek Vector's down $6 to $220. Home Depot down to $285. IBM holding a gain of $232. Over at let me see here. Over at Microsoft, down $8 to $261. Apple down $8 to 146. Now you know why the Nasdaq is off like it is, and of course the Dow is under pressure because both of these are Dow components. Goldman down 60 cents. It's not driving the market very much lower at all. Cisco down 76 cents. Doesn't help at 48.79. Facebook down 767 to 189. That's backed off in the last week and a half. This in the last month. They were just on May the 4th, $223 a share. Now at $190. That's a $33 haircut in a pretty short period of time. Amazon is off $68. Tesla down 61.92 to 738. I thought 750 was the number. 738 on Tesla. I called it. Google up 37 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 74 cents. 936 now under $10, big time. BlackBerry down 28 cents to 490 a share. Royal Caribbean down 54 cents to 60.38. Target down to 436. JP Morgan up 24 cents. Costco down $10 to 490. Costco's 52-week high 612. That's $120 off the high. That's over 20% on Costco. That's a good run company there. Walmart down 150. Nvidia down 880 to 166. The Nvidia 52-week high 346. We're at 166. That's $180. That's 60% on Nvidia. You think some of the SPACs we're following, the former SPAC, they're doing badly? Nvidia, how many billions of dollars have been lost in market cap? This market cap is 416 million right now. It was closer to 900 billion. It's at 416 billion. They've lost $500 billion in market cap. Nvidia. Our SPACs aren't doing that bad when you think about it this way. This is wild, just wild. Disney down to 105. Don't mess with the mouse. Mr. DeSantis, what a moron. Where else are we at here? American Airlines down 48 cents a share to 16.09. Moderna down 8.59 to 123.74. This stock is trading at 4.3 times earnings. You cannot accuse this company of being overpriced. They are trading a third of reasonable. They're at a third of reasonable. This should be $300 a share, $375 a share. It's unbelievable how this is being beat up. Look at DoorDash, down $9.36 to $59. Airbnb at $116.95 is actually up 82 cents. Coinbase, $20 haircut today, down $20 to $52. Coinbase was trading after their IPO. It went up to $368. That's where it went after their IPO. And how many people have lost money on this thing? anyone that bought Coinbase at the beginning of the run. And I'll tell you, the first trades out the door were at 350 to 368. The first trades. The first day with all the hype and the balloons and the confetti and the singing and the dancing. Yeah, the brokers are dancing, all right. They were dancing in your money. That stock was 368. It's now $52. Congress will not have a hearing as to what's going on here. There's nothing to see here. The blood down there, we'll wipe that up. Don't worry. We'll clean that up and we'll get another deal. Don't worry. Unbelievable. DoorDash, $58, 52-week high, $257. That's trading at 20 cents on the dollar. Workday, $173. It was high as $307, coming down almost down to half. Unbelievable. Crazy. DraftKings is 1038. This is a SPAC. This was a SPAC, 1038. DraftKings 52-week high, 64.58. This is a much larger company now than it ever was, and it is still just getting hammered out there. Unbelievable. And they're growing. DraftKings is growing. They're making sports deals, betting deals, all kinds of wager deals. It's unbelievable. They're getting hammered. Stock's getting hammered. Snowflake, 133 a share, 52-week high, 405. Trading at 30 cents on the dollar on Snowflake from the highs. Wow. Netflix, 166.98. The high on Netflix, $700. 75% off. Unbelievable. American Airlines, like I said, down 49 cents to 16.08. What a haircut being had out there by some of these guys. Unbelievable. We're down 146. Make it 153 now on the Dow Jones, down 153. We got S&P now. Let's see. Get a refresh going here. It's down 42. We got NASDAQ down 322. NASDAQ's down 2.7%. S&P down 1%. The Dow down about a half a point. That's the deal. Matterport up 23 cents at 4.49. That's an exceptional day. An absolutely exceptional day to be doing this in this market. GameStop down 9.77 to 83.73. SoFi 5.46 up 22. Exceptional. Fantastic day. Really good day. It should be down 40, 50 cents like everybody else. It's not. The turn might have happened here. 67 million now on SoFi, and the volume on Matterport at 448 last trade, 10.49 million. Very good. Very good trading on those two. Other stocks, 165.41 on Texas Instruments. ATIP down 7.5 cents, only 7.5 cents at 132. Rocket Lab down 33 cents to 5.18. Twitter down 85 cents. Carvana down 5.71 to $30.97. AMC 10.02 down $1.82. What a haircut. 10.01 right now. 10.01 on AMC. The volume on AMC today, 49.7 million shares. It was trading 500 million shares a day for 2 weeks in a row when it ran up to 72 bucks a share. 500 million a day at the 60s and 70s. So we were talking billions of dollars a day turnover. Today, 50 million shares down to 10 bucks. It's $500 million in trading, not near the billions it used to trade at. Amazing. Sixtera down 7 cents to 10.81, up 7 cents to 10.81. Pardon me, holding a little gain. ME down 19 to 224. Spire down 15 cents to 131. Smart Rent down 29.5 to 364.5 cents. 364. Pfizer down 7 cents. Hewlett Packard, I'll feel it. HP Inc. HPQ is down 146 to 36.08 right now. Robinhood down to 8.28, down 99 cents. Bannock down 5.80. Home Depot down $6. IBM up to Microsoft down 8. Apple down over 8 now. And the carnage continues as we go into the final hour of trading. We're now down to 36 minutes to go. Okay. There is the dealio, kids. All right. Let's take a look at any more comments here. Where are we at? Yeah, the girl on CNBC asked how SoFi was different from UP work. Seriously, it had nothing to do with the other. One has nothing to do with the other. Yeah, absolute joke of the interviewers were an insult to SoFi and investors. Investors, not just in SoFi, any investors. If you are an investor in the market, you don't need clowns like this to ask stupid questions from a guy who's running a multi-billion-dollar company that's on the upswing big time. But it just shows the lack of respect they have for SoFi. They absolutely don't like the stock. And for whatever reason, whatever CNBC's problem is it at the hierarchy level? I don't know what. There's somebody there that doesn't like the stock, the company. I don't know. Who knows? It is crazy. I promise I will never short TXN again. Nick, you should be shorting this stuff, but just short it at 170 and buy it at 166 and just make a ton of money. Like, you do it every day. You could do this every darn day. Cam, number 60 thumbs up. Apple at 146, perhaps a bounce coming. Not yet, I guess. FL, SoFi doesn't need a CNBC pump like some garage startup. It was fine to get some exposure. We will be seeing more of them in the future. I agree. DA Truda, thumbs up 61. Coyote, those AMC execs cashed out, I bet. CNBC are market hacks and, of course, part of the pathetic MSM label or Kabul. Liz, ouch, of FL. Sold some 36 puts sold 36 puts on HPQ. $1 for 9 days. HPQ at 35. Don't mind if I do or don't. Either way, it feels good. I'm a little puzzled by this. Sold some 36 puts on HPQ for $1 for 9 days. I'm not sure what that means. Mallow, hey, Uncle Bruce, is Upstart UPST $27 a buy? I don't know the company. I don't know their deals, their details, their history, so I can't answer this question. Why are there articles out there who claim that SoFi has a mixed outlook? What the heck is mixed about the outlook? Did they read the wrong paper? Mallow, number 68, thumbs up. Thank you. Oscar, SoFi doing great. Wing Commander, if stocks continue lower, which is likely, the question is, what will the Fed do or say on June 15th? Will it stay as hawkish as it has been lately? There's the question. They are not going to pay attention just to the stock market. That's not their only thing. They're going to pay attention to the job market. They're going to pay attention to other factors, like if oil goes stupid for war reasons, that's not an economic driver. That's an economic casualty. They're looking at all kinds of stats, but it's not that simple. Jason, you called it on Coinbase. Uncle B, lame duck, 76 thumbs up. Thank you. Pickcomb, I think Matterport's found its bottom with its recent earnings. I do too. I think maybe Matterport is catching a bid here, and it's going to build here. For it to pop to 5.6 wouldn't take much now. And then from there, keep going. SoFi, 552. I'm hoping that they caught the bid yesterday in the 480 range. And that was that. And now we're moving along because this company is a grower. 552 now, up 28 cents on SoFi. We're approaching, we're 9 cents from the high of the day. As the Dow is down 169. Yeah. And Nasdaq down 324, S&P down 44, and SoFi is 9 cents away from the high of the day and climbing on 68 million, trading very well, good volume. If I were a shorter, I'd be getting the hell out of there. I wouldn't be holding a short position on SoFi. Not right now. You don't want to be doing not near its all-time low. What are you, nuts? 450 on Matterport, up 24 cents. Let's go. Absolutely. ATIP only down 7.5 at 132.5. GameStop 182.66 down 10.84. Come on, GameStop. Tiff, let's hope so. Jason, GameStop is visiting. What was this? Beach Boy. Beach Boy. GameStop is visiting the low 80s. Uncle Bruce, like you said earlier, it must be time to load up, doesn't it? This is the question. Is it time to put in stink bids to buy GameStop at the 80, 81 level? Is it time to buy up some GameStop here? Or do you let the stock go lower and then put in stink bids at 78, 76? Do you try to scoop some down here? Hard to say. Look at it this way. If you get some at 82 and it goes to 78 and then goes to 99, do you care? Guess not. 82.95 last trade on GameStop down 10.55 a share. Volume now 3.3 million. It's not like incredibly heavy. It's just mediocre volume, but it's backing off. 83.03. The Dow down 180. S&P down 47, and the Nasdaq down 329. This market is getting quite a bit oversold out there. SoFi today is 25% higher in volume compared to normal, says Jason. Thank you for that comment, sir. That is true. And then yesterday was up again, wasn't it? Ryan Cohen just tweeted saying he's upset Putin caused all this inflation. Jennifer, gotta love the RC, says Jennifer. BW, Uncle Bruce, almost everything in the market has been trimmed by 50+%. If that is what they're doing, how did they get them? How did they let them get 50% too high, only be knocked down? That's a massive correction. What's happening here? You got to understand the big picture, as I keep trying to mention it. Money is starting to disappear in the system. Money is not as plentiful as it was 6 months ago, 3 months ago. This is why I keep telling you guys to be option writers. You are generating income, which you need. You need cash. You're going to have to get the cash from option writing. The Federal Reserve, as I mentioned this morning, I was talking to you about how companies out there all the time go to the bond market to raise money, all the time. Some companies raise money because they're paying off a loan that they took out 5 years ago, a bond that they took out, and they may be paying 3-4% interest on that bond, and it's maturing this month. So what the companies are going to do is they're going to go back to their brokers on Wall Street and say, listen, we issued $100 million in bonds 5 years ago. Those are maturing next month. They've made interest payments on all the years that the bond has been out there. Everything is fine. But now they want to re-borrow $100 million again to pay off the entire $100 million IOU on the bond issued 5 years ago. This is normal, nothing fancy about this. This happens all the time. And it happens in dollar amounts from 20 million to 5 billion all the time. So now what's happening, or let's put it this way, a year ago, if you were a public company a year ago and you were going to the bond market to raise money to pay off an old bond, whatever, you might go to the bond market and say, okay, we got to pay off 100 million, but we want to get another 100 million. We want to expand the business a little more. So we're going to borrow 200 million on a new bond offering. Last year, they would have issued a bond, even if it was a junk bond, they would have issued it with maybe a 4% interest rate, 3.5%. And the bond market players would have had no trouble placing that $200 million. But the first call they would make would have been the Federal Reserve, their biggest customer. They would have said, do you want to buy any of the bonds in XYZ Corp? They're paying off $100 million from 5 years ago, and they're rolling into a $200 million this year. The Federal Reserve might have said, yeah, we'll take half of it. Great, no problem. Half of it's pre-sold. Now the bankers are going to the rest of the street and saying, anybody want any of this bond offering? Half has been bought by the United States government, the Fed. Would you like the other half? Well, that other half is gobbled up by 10 or 20 institutional investors. It's gone. It's placed. It's done in 15 minutes. The whole thing's done in 15 minutes. But it's not being done that way anymore. The Federal Reserve now is saying, we're not buying any bonds from anybody anymore. And as a matter of fact, bonds that we have that aren't yet mature, we're looking to sell $45 billion a month of bonds we have back into the market, which means that in the bond market right now, $45 billion a month of cash that would be going to corporate borrowers now is being taken out of the market by the Fed. The Fed is dumping bonds into the market and taking 45 billion cash and taking it out of circulation. The money is not going to the Congress to go spend. It's not going to the Defense Department. It's not going to some kind of handouts. The money is going back to the Treasury and is reducing the money supply. The Fed owns $9 trillion of debt out there. 9 trillion of it, a lot of which is U.S. government debt, by the way. So whenever the Treasury issued notes to cover the balance of the Congress, to cover the deficit spending, the Fed was buying a bunch of it, which meant the government of the United States was printing more money and expanding the money supply, keeping cash in the market. So you folks were finding mortgages under 3%. You were getting car loans for under 1%. You were getting credit card offers in the mail for zero balance transfers for a year or two. You're getting all kinds of deals on money. It was being handed out because it was everywhere. Now money is being sucked back, about 10 billion a week by the Fed. And this has a debilitating effect on everything. It starts with the bond market with higher yields because the prices of bonds go down. There are more bonds available than people need to buy. And we have cash coming out of the market. And this is what's causing this problem in the marketplace. And this is why I keep coming back to, if you guys want to survive in this stock market, which could go on for a little while, you want to be an income generator in the markets. The way to be an income generator is to be an option writer. That's one of the ways to do it. Another way to do it is to convert your entire holdings into dividend-paying stocks that pay you. But you're only going to get 2, 3, 4, or 5% yields on some of the stocks that you can buy out there, as long as those dividends are intact. But with option revenue, you can write weeklies, bi-weeklies, contract every month and buy it back 2 weeks to go. Whatever you want to do, you can write options all the time and bring income in. And that's the secret to surviving this marketplace, which a number of you have picked up on by being here. Pick home. There's a huge level of laziness in business stock reporting on SoFi, it seems. France, SoFi needs to stop teasing me. FL, I wrote it sloppy. Sold a 36 put cash secured for the 20.05 for $1 a share. If it drops, get exercised. My price is 35 a share. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, FL. I need all the help I can get here. Splair, would it be right to hope for a better day tomorrow for buyers when you say you won't, you would not hold a short? Again, I think that the markets are flushing out, and they're throwing out a lot of stock they can't hold, or there's a lot of folks getting blown out who can't carry their balances, margin selling. And so we're seeing this sell-off happen right now. There are deals here on stocks that shouldn't be here. There are deals that should not be out in the market that are out in the market right now. And we're witnessing some of them firsthand. The Dow now down 256, S&P down 54, NASDAQ down 344. We now have 24 minutes to go in the day, and we're pushing the lows of the day around more or less everywhere. We've now got Gamestop at 82.44 down 11.06. We have Matterport holding a 25-cent gain to 4.51. SoFi 5.50 up 25 cents. Phenomenal day today. Really good for Matterport and SoFi. They're doing very well in this market. Texas Instruments 165.20 down 3.04 and still falling off. It already hit 164.90 and it's going down again. ATIP down 7.1 cents to 132.9. Rocket Lab down 36. Twitter off 93. Carvana down 5.80. AMC down to 10.08. Cyxtera up 13 cents. ME down 17. Spire down 14. Haycroft Mining down 9.5. SmartRent down 30. Pfizer down 11. Hewlett Packard down 146 to 36.08. Robinhood down to 826. Bannock down 539. Home Depot down 744. It was early today. It was up. IBM is up $2, but Microsoft is down 860. Apple down 780 at 146 a share. Now the high of the year for Apple 182.94. The low of the year 122.25. We're now at 146 on Apple. So if you're going to buy deep in the money calls on Apple to write poor man covered calls, now might be a good time to go into Apple deep in the money calls. And you are looking to pick up 110s, looking to pick up maybe 120s, but 110s if you can get them at a cheap enough price. In other words, as much book value as humanly possible with very little time premium out to next year. Then what you're going to look for is a little bounce back on the Apple if they want to go to 148, 52, 156. Then you're going to write 155s to 160s against your 110 calls and start hauling in premium money. Nice job. Let's see what happens. Let's go. So money goes away, BW, and it's not as plentiful. So that deserves NVIDIA being trimmed 50% as well by Amazon, 40%. They think they really need the money out of those loans of big established companies. Again, it's not coming out of the companies. These companies aren't losing any of this money. This is investors' money that own stock in these companies. And a lot of investors that own NVIDIA, a lot of investors that own Coinbase, the investors that owned all the disruptor stocks, they were all buying that stock on margin. Every one of them. There's a ton of speculators everywhere who swear they don't do margin accounts, but they are margined right up to the max. And as their shares went up in value, they could borrow more. And they were borrowing more. And they were playing the game of, I'm a millionaire now. I'm really rich because look at all my stocks in my portfolio. Look how valuable it is. And when the stocks go up, it's great. But when they top out and then they begin to give up some ground, you got to start selling some stocks. You start selling your winners first. Your big winners, you start selling first to get cash in to take care of IOUs. You also then start selling the mediocre performers, and then eventually when you run out of those, you have to sell what's left. And right now, they're getting hit everywhere. And there are people who are getting, they were getting margin calls 3 months ago. They took care of that margin call. They may have put some cash in and took care of it. Then they got another margin call 2 weeks later. They sold a little bit of stock. And then 2-3 weeks later, they got another margin call. They sold some more stock. And it kept feeding itself. And we've now had over 2,000 plus points on the Dow, more than that, and a big back off on the NASDAQ market. And a lot of these over-leveraged investors are getting their butts handed to them because they were borrowing money at 1 to 2 to 3% interest. It was free, almost, it was nothing to borrow on margin. Very little interest to borrow on margin because the stock would go up 5% in a week and they only paid 2% a month for the money. That was the game. Well, now the over leverage are being brought down to size, and that's what's happening here. Awesome. Tried the Canadian cheese whiz a while back. It was good. Tried the Felipe's hot mustard. Beware. The mustard cleans you out on both ends. It also burns both ends, if you feel me. Wow. Felipe's, the original, it's the good stuff. You have that on a double dip roast beef sandwich in LA at their restaurant down across the street from Union Station, or a double dip pork sandwich. Oh man, that sauce, that hot mustard will get you. Blair, by the way, Bruce, is there already a day for that? I can book the Inner City Express. Is there already a day for that I can book? Oh, we're talking about, you're talking about Edinburgh. Edinburgh, I will be in Edinburgh between May the 19th to the 22nd. That is when we're going to be in Edinburgh. So if you want to catch up on us, how about Saturday the 21st? Saturday the 21st in Edinburgh. How about we do that? And you're coming into the main train station. And we can figure out where to meet somewhere nearby. That'd be kind of cool. We'll figure that out. Maybe we'll figure that out tomorrow or something like that. Sounds good. All right, Scott, do you think our stocks will suddenly rally? I don't know. They're oversold. I'll tell you that. Nicholas, remember yesterday when Uncle Bruce said the market had another 5% to go? Are we there yet? Please, please. Come on, SoFi. Nicholas, Matterport and SoFi are up during the bloodbath. Imagine if it was a good day today. Sell my house faster. Upper Marlboro, thumbs up number 108. Thank you very much for the thumbs ups, you guys. Maybe somebody gave the NASDAQ that mustard. Splair, I mean Amsterdam. It's Amsterdam where we're going to meet. Edinburgh was somewhere else, I guess. Yeah, Amsterdam. Sorry, am I correct here? Let me double check. Hang on. It's not Edinburgh. It's Amsterdam. Okay, Amsterdam, May 22 to May 27. There we go. All right, hang on. May 22 to May 27 is Amsterdam. So maybe we can meet on Tuesday or Thursday in Amsterdam, the 24th or the 26th, because, it really doesn't even matter. We can meet the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, 26th. Probably meet in the latter part of the morning before I go on the air at 1:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. We'll figure that out, Split. We'll make this work. BW, Bruce, thanks for that clarification. Got it. Avoid margin at all costs. If I can't buy it outright with my own money, it was not meant to be in the particular time. Exactly. Big Dave, thumbs ups for Bruce. Austin, Nicholas, my wife is pretty grossed out. Says I must sleep on the couch until the Felipe's is purged. Give her some, and it'll all be fine. If she has some, and you have some, you have nothing to worry about. It'll all be fine. Don't worry about it one iota. Oh man, you kids. Where are we at right now? We're down 266 on the Dow. We're down 57 on S&P. We're down 352 on the NASDAQ. We have 16 minutes left to go in our day today before we're done for trading. The Matterport is at 441, holding a 15-cent gain. It is slumping a little bit, but it's had a very good day today, no matter where it closes. Gamestop 81.78, 11.72 on the down dip. If anyone's trying to buy this stuff between 80 and 81 and a half, somewhere down there, 81.11 maybe. Will you get a dip? I don't know what it'll do tomorrow morning. I don't know. GameStop might open right here. It might open 3-4 hours higher and go to 90. I don't know. It might back off to 78 first and then go to 90. I just can't tell you. We'll let you know when I see the pre-market and what we're looking at on the the overseas and everything else. But down 11.96 today, another 10% drop today. That means short sale restriction again tomorrow for GameStop. Think about that. SoFi 546 up 20 cents. We've got Texas Instruments 165.22. ATIP down 8 cents at 132. Rocket Lab is off 40 cents to 511. At low of the day, 510, which is the low of all time. Rocket Lab cannot keep up with their orders. Cannot keep up with their orders. Twitter down $1.18 at 46.10. Carvana down $6.79 to 29.89 a share. The 52-week high on Carvana, $376, and it was margined there. You can count on it. It was margined at 350, 360, 370. It was margined at 300. It was margined at 250. It was margined at 200. It's now 29.84. We are talking about people getting wiped out. It's trading at 1/12 the price of the high of the year right now. That is how bad it is on Carvana. Right? Makes SPACs look great. Carvana is making SPACs look fantastic. Unbelievable. AMC 1022 trying a little bounce. ME 224. Aspire 131. Smart Rent 364. Unbelievable day today. There's just carnage all over the place. Down 298 on the Dow now. We're down 0.93 of a percentage point. S&P down 62, 1.5% drop. NASDAQ down 368, 3%, 3.1%. So if the Dow was doing what the NASDAQ is doing, the Dow would be down 1,000 points. The Dow is resisting the down dip right now at the moment, but it can't hold up. Can't hold right now. It's holding. It's down 313. Can't hold again. All right. I got to get me some of this, says Nicholas from Austin. I thought the SoFi earnings was really good, but I didn't get too excited as I knew they would get beat down. I thought they were estimating 300K new members, and they did 400,000 new members. Yes. And now the stock's at 544 a share. Right there. 544 a share. 440 on Matterport. We're up 12.5. 438. We're up 12.5 on Matterport. SoFi's up 19 to 544. The Dow down 299. Just going lower at the end of the day with 13 minutes to go. The Splayer for $27.90 in one way. I can arrive on Tuesday around 12:30. That's exactly 1.5 hours before the good old bagel show. How about that? We're going to have to figure out how to get together. Splayer, let me kind of figure this out. We might have to do some emailing privately to figure this out. I don't want to do it on the air here. Wow, the market says, Bill. Nicholas, what's the PPI coming out tomorrow? Is going to do just this again? We're going to find out. Bill, sell puts on GameStop or wait? There. See, there's another question. Do you want to do that, or do you just buy the stock right now at 81.33? You just buy the stock. Scott, my expired CVNA cash secure puts have me feeling as cool as a guy walking away from an explosion. Can only imagine how Nick must feel. Splayer, on a Thursday, it would cost $125 in one way, and only first class seats available. What the Florida? Yeah, don't be doing that. We don't want you doing that. Right on. All righty, Splayer. Let's see here. Just checking a few things. All kinds of stuff here. Let's go over there and make sure everything is running all right. Welcome everybody to the show. Thank you for the 119 thumbs up so far, guys. Not bad for a down market to get thumbs ups. I appreciate it. It all helps. We have to battle through these markets, whether we like them or not. We just got to battle through them. All righty. We've got VIX. Looks good to me, says Oscar. We're now down 267 on the Dow with 11 minutes to go. We've got a 61-point drop on S&P and 367 on NASDAQ. Okay. Matterport 439 up 13. GameStop 81.32. SoFi 544 up 18 cents. Texas Instruments 164.99. Now under 165. 164.94. Dropping again on Texas Instruments. So it's coming down to this 164 level where Nick needs it, and below, hopefully, making Nick some money. Right at the end of the day, with 11 minutes to go, Texas is now 164.95. Texas Instruments, TXN. Cindy, Spire earnings tonight, question mark, coming out. I'm not going to be able to spend any time with you once I get done with the show. Once the earnings are, once the market closes, I have to get going. I have to have a get together with some family members before we take off tomorrow. So Jen and I are under the gun here. So you're going to have to keep an eye. I'll see you though tonight at 8:00 for the primetime show, and we'll review what went on with earnings today. BW, would you at all recommend buying any SoFi or Matterport deep in the money calls? Leaps out to at least mid 2023, or again, just focus on the stock? Well, the leaps, if you got to pay a premium on them, no, I would just get the stock down here. It is so cheap. By the way, 164.65 on Texas Instruments. It's falling off right now quite quickly. That's the low of the day right now. I just buy the stock. SoFi 544, Matterport 432. Just buy this stuff. It's like buying an option without an expiry date. Just buy these shares and pay cash for them and get them. And Kareem is going, come on, Nick, you're going to make money. BW, for your flight this week, will you spring for business class or at least economy plus? No, we're in economy, and we're just in economy. That's all we're doing, and we're going to tolerate economy. GameStop 80.86. If anyone bought any in the 81 level, well, congratulations. If you're trying to buy any down here, pick it up if you can. 80.65 on this last minute sellout on the market. The Dow with 9 minutes to go is down 335, and there's folks just selling off right now with no reason behind it. They just want to be cash, so they're giving away stock. We're down 68 on S&P. We're down 389 on the Nasdaq, 3.3% lower on Nasdaq. We got again the Dow down 327. Matterport at 434, still up 8 cents, but it has been drifting lower. GameStop now 80.53. SoFi 544 up 18. Texas Instruments 164.91. ATIP still down 7.5. Rocket Lab down to 513. Twitter down 140 to 45.85. A Bargu. Carvana down 671 to 29.97. AMC down to 10.22. Sixtera holding a 3-cent gain. ME down 18 cents. Spire down 15. Haycroft Mining well out 114 down 10. Smart Rent down 27 cents to 366. Pfizer down 9 cents. Hewlett Packard down 167 to 35.88. Absolute bargain. Robinhood down to 806, down 121, falling. Vanik down 669 to 219. Home Depot down $8 to 283. IBM holding a 160 gain, 130.73. Microsoft down 970 to 259.80. Apple now 146.28, down 832. Goldman down 330 to 301. Cisco down 93 cents to 48.62. Facebook down to 188, down 887. Amazon now 2109, down $67. Tesla down $70 to $729. Google down 10 to $2,281. Bed Bath Beyond to $9.20 a share, down 91 cents. BlackBerry down 29 cents to $4.89. Royal Caribbean $59.94, down 98 cents. Target down $5.46. JP Morgan down 79 cents. Costco down $13 to $4.87. Walmart down $1.80. Nvidia down $9.85. Disney $104.98. American Airlines $15.92, under $16 now, 65 cents lower. Netflix $165.94, down $11.72. Moderna $123, down $8.94. So red everywhere except for a handful of stocks, and two of them are Matterport up 8, SoFi up 18. Dow's now down 341 on the day, a 1.07% drop. It's not a big drop for the Dow. It's 1%, but it is another percentage point lower. And that is that. We are oversold on the Dow, the S&P, and NASDAQ. Certainly on the short-term basis, we are very oversold. A snapback rally is possible. I just don't know when it's going to start. That's the problem. NASDAQ down 392, down 3.34%. Oil holding a 548 gain at the end of the day with a 105 handle, which I think is overpriced. But again, who listens to this guy? All right, Splair. Okay, just in case. All right, have a good night, all. Thank you, buddy. Smoke Dog SMH at 52-week low. That is a deal. SMH right now is at 219.77. And yep, this is the low of the year, and it was 318 for the high. So it's off $100, just like $99 off the high of the year. SMH, the collection of chip manufacturers, the top 60 in the world. And those guys have orders up to here to fill. Unbelievable. Wow, unbelievable. Yeah, BW, I guess everyone can now see that IPO investing, unless you're an angel investor, is just not worth it. CNBC pushed Robinhood like crazy the past year, and they're at $8, just laughing all the way. Crazy. L Boogie, thank you for this donation. A Joe Brandon stock market. Okay. Thanks anyway. Where are we at? 35.84, down 171 on Hewlett Packard. The Dow down 329. Matterport up 11, 437. GameStop 8016, 8016 on GameStop. It's a bargain down here, I guess. SoFi 546, up 20 cents. They're not the GameStop and Matterport decided not to go any lower. Texas Instruments 164.63. Nick, it's coming your way here. You're getting closer on this stock. 164.51 last trade. It is falling off. It might drop 3-4 more. It'll be down to 161. You'll be making money. We got ATIP at 132, actually holding here, only down 8 cents. Oh my goodness, what a day. Cyxtera holding a 6 cent gain. There aren't any others really holding any gains right now. 350 is the drop on the Dow, looks like. 349.38 on the Dow. As we're coming in now to the final 4 minutes of trading on this session. Smoke Dog, I learned my lesson on the IPO with RoboWalks. Austin, I've got 6 quarters on my desk worth a share of SPIR. Dude, I've taken an ice cold bath. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, I got some GameStop between 82 and 80, 80.22 and 82.44. Right on, buddy. Got some more, got some stock. Got you there. We'll note that. Splair, BW, someone at CNBC gained very good somewhere during that time, I guess. Vash had a bid for $79.99. No luck so far today. We're down to 3 minutes to go on the day. We're at 80.61 on GameStop. The low of the day on GameStop today has been $80 on the nose. $80 even has been the low trade on GameStop. We're at $80.50, down $13 right at this moment in time. That is the story. At the moment, 12-cent gain on Matterport, 438, 437, 438, and SoFi 546, up 20 cents. The volume on SoFi, 74 million shares. The volume on GameStop, 4 million shares. The volume on Matterport, 437 last trade, 12 million. 12 million shares. Another good day on Matterport stock in volume and holding its own. It's in a real ugly market today. Beach Boy would need another one-on-one Sunday if possible, or Monday. We'll share emails because I'm, London and everything. We'll have to figure that out. Okay. I'm not here. I picked a bad month to stop drinking, says Austin. Oh, I picked a bad day to stop doing barbiturates. This is a bad day to quit smoking. Oh my goodness. We're down to 2 minutes, kids. 2 minutes to go. Our final couple of minutes on today's day. I will be on tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on here tomorrow morning for both shows, the early show prior to 8:30 and the 8:30 show Eastern time. I will not be on tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time. I will not be on the air tomorrow for that. You're on your own to close out the session. Let's see what happens. Going on an airplane. Matterport 435 and a half, up 9.5. GameStop back to 81.06. SoFi 547, down, up 22 cents on SoFi. Okay. We're going to be a down day today. No doubt about that. 1 minute to go, and then we're finished. Bad day. I picked a bad day to quit amphetamines. There you go. BZ, so did I. I picked a bad day. So I didn't. I didn't. Bad day to quit. I had a perfect day to work in the sewers. I had the perfect day to work in the sewers today, says Smoke Dog. 433 Matterport, up 7.5. GameStop, 81.20 now. SoFi, 549, up 24. A little uptick on the end of the day on SoFi, believe it or not. A little uptick. We are hitting the bells. Yes, sir, we're there. Boom. Larry has nailed it. Thanks, Larry, for hitting those bells and stopping the carnage right here. Karim, so basically stocks went too high. During COVID, multiples were unsustainable, and the stimulus checks gave retailers too much buying power, so now the market's on a reset like 15% on the S&P from 27%. Maybe that's it. I don't know for sure, but maybe. Things go in cycles. That's how they go, and option writers always make money. That's usually how this works. 434 last trade on Matterport, from what I can tell you here, down 326 on the Dow last trade. GameStop 81.28 down 12.22. SoFi 549 last trade, up 24 on the day. Thank you, thank you. Let's see here. I got you, my friend. All right, what do we have here? SoFi volume 549 last trade, 76.2 million. So another big day of trading. Not as much as yesterday, but in a day like today, this was a good day. Unbelievable. All righty, everybody. What a session we have here. Looking at interest rates, let's take one more look here. The U.S. 10-year Treasury, 2.92%. This is lower than where we were this morning before the inflation numbers came out. When the inflation numbers did come out, the 10-year went up to 3.06% interest from 2.924, something like that. We're now 2.921. This is lower than this morning's low. That's actually good for stocks, but it didn't help the stocks today. Now, the German 10-year was under 1% before the inflation report. Then it went up to 1.1%, closed out at 0.99 again, under 1% on German 10-year notes. And Britain, the UK, did not go back down to their lows of this morning. They backed off, but not quite as far back as they were. We'll find out how that works tomorrow. The euro is 105.17. It did lose 15/100ths of a penny. The yen gained a little today, and the pound dropped about almost 3/4 of a penny to 122.44. So the pound is dropping again to 122.44. That's a new recent low, I think, what we're looking at here. We may have the euro break 105 tomorrow if it keeps this pace of going. It's dropping. If it keeps doing this, it will drop under 105. There are calls for the euro to reach US dollar par, to equal the US dollar for dollar within the next couple of months. That is what analysts are projecting for the euro. The pound, we're not sure if it goes to 120 or 117 or 115. We'll see what happens there. So Europe is getting cheaper because their currencies are losing value against the American dollar. There you have it. We've got a lot to watch here, a lot to keep our eye on, as usual. And there you go. The bleeding end since Coinbase going to $10. That's what Abraham is thinking. That Coinbase is going down, baby. It's losing. It is certainly losing. There you go, folks. I will see you tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for the Hangout Show for Gold Bagel members. So if you're a Gold Bagel member, join me at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. We'll go over how the market did, and we'll try to cover how stocks did and any earnings that may have come in that we're looking for. I think we're looking for earnings on Spire, if I'm not mistaken, and anyone else. I'm not sure if anyone else is releasing anything tonight, but we're waiting to see what's going to be said there. Thank you in the meantime to all of you who've been with me today and who are always here. Should appreciate you. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock, and then tomorrow morning, as usual, we'll start first thing tomorrow for the 8:30 show. All right, guys, have a good one, and we'll catch you later tonight at 8 o'clock, okay? SMRT is going to come out with earnings, apparently. That's what's coming up, sorry. SMRT. I'm showing it at 364 right now, down 8 cents in the aftermarket. We'll review how that comes out, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Bye for now.